he could possibly fight the winner of that. Or do you think, I know there's still that guy, Jaron Boots Ennis, floating around. It's that younger name floating around at welterweight.
In fighting, Floyd Mayweather's words are backed up by years of experience and success. He has never been afraid to say what he thinks.
I think that'd be a hell of a fight. Both Ennis. Just like we always say, somebody got to give you a chance. Somebody got to give you an opportunity and a chance.
Recently, Mayweather praised Terence Crawford's amazing accomplishment and asked Crawford to think about a fight with Ennis, who is becoming a rising star.
You could shoot me.
You jumped up out of my sanction body to go fight in the IBF. So what I know?
What you mean?
What you mean what I mean? Would you rank that in the WBA or not?
This comment from Mayweather has heated up the already heated discussion about what Crawford should do next now that he has given up his welterweight titles to take on new challenges.
I'm talking about before that.
He's not about it. We already know he's not about what he's talking about.
I'm not about what? I'm not about what?
You don't want to fight.
You said I'm not about what?
Now Ennis has made no secret of his desire to face Terence Crawford. Even as Crawford moves up in weight to chase bigger challenges, Ennis is still set on getting a pound-for-pound fight. King.
Crawford and Boots Ennis.
I like that fight.
Philadelphia.
I like that fight.
Today.
Philadelphia. Ooh.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Go ahead.
You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams, man.
Fight. Yo, we asked for that fight plenty of times, yo.
When?
Plenty of times.
What's plenty? When?
Man,
you fronting.
Crawford quit the welterweight division, especially after a great win over Errol Spence Jr. He left behind his titles, and a void that Ennis has partly filled by winning the IBF title. But Ennis doesn't really want the title. He wants to fight that could make or break his future.
WBA or not?
Yo, it don't even matter. Yo,
all right, catch up, little homie. Catch up, then. If it don't matter, catch up.
Yo, he picked Evan.
Catch up.
Evan was way under.
You just said it don't matter. Catch up.
Ennis has already proven his mettle in the ring with a stunning effort against Ennis in his first title defense. His status as one of the most dangerous and skilled fighters in the welterweight division grew even stronger after this win. Ennis isn't happy with his success. He wants to keep going.
I always said Boots was a great talent. I always told everybody that I supported him. I've been supporting him since he was in the amateur.
He has voiced a willingness to move up to super welterweight to chase the elusive fight with Crawford, but the sentiment has not been reciprocated. She was watching it. Crawford, ever the rival, has set his sights on an even more ambitious goal. A showdown with Saul Canelo Alvarez, the reigning super middleweight champion and one of the biggest stars in the sport, is a prize fight that could bring Crawford immense financial rewards and cement his reputation as one of the greatest fighters of his time.
I always say, somebody got to give you a chance. Somebody got to give you an opportunity and a chance. So somebody got to give Boots the opportunity and a chance, whether it's Terence or somebody else.
This pursuit of greatness is understandable, but it leaves fighters like Ennis in a difficult situation as they seek their own shot at glory.
And has changed.
I came here to support, my teammate, Andy Cruz, and came to see him put on a show, and I was invited, so couldn't turn it down.
Mayweather, who famously defeated Canelo in 2013, knows the importance of taking calculated risks in boxing. His victory over Canelo is one of the most important wins of his career, and it has aged remarkably well as Canelo has gone on to achieve extraordinary success in the sport. In an interview with Fight Hype, Mayweather reflected on this experience and how it links to the potential Crawford and Ennis matchup.
If you're in the Terence Crawford position, is it time for him to move up? I think
when he was like, I'm really super skillful.
I think that would be a hell of a fight with Boots Ennis. Like we always say, somebody got to give you a chance and an opportunity. Somebody got to give Boots the opportunity and chance, whether it's Terence or somebody else. Mayweather words at welterweight.
At welterweight, I know,
I think that'd be a hell of a fight. Boots Ennis. Just like we always say, somebody got to give you a chance. Somebody got to give you an opportunity and a chance.
These words carry significant weight, especially coming from Mayweather, who is known for his meticulous approach to choosing opponents. He acknowledges the difficulty Crawford has faced in securing high-profile fights, especially with Spence and Canelo.
He wanted to go to 168, and he want to fight Canelo bad, and Benavidez want to fight Canelo bad. If they can't get Canelo, they can fight each other.
Both potential matches have been fraught with challenges, making the idea of fighting Ennis all the more intriguing. Mayweather's words also touched on the dilemma that many top fighters face balancing legacy with financial gain. I'm sure if both of you guys are chasing one fighter, if you feel like you're chasing him and now can't get that fighter, he brought about a big question during the interview asking you got to ask yourself, is it about the reputation? Is it about the money? Is it about both? I'm not in these fighters' heads, so I don't know, but if you do want to fight him, fight him. If you don't fight somebody else. Do what makes you happy.
Somebody got to give you a chance. Somebody got to give you an opportunity and a chance. So somebody got to give Boots the opportunity and a chance, whether it's Terence or somebody else.
He continued to highlight the complex choices that fighters like Crawford must make as they navigate their careers. For Crawford, who has already achieved so much, the question of legacy versus cash gain is a pressing one. He has freely stated that he is looking for fights that will bring way more to his bank account and his legacy. Unfortunately for Jaron Ennis Crawford, she seems to think that a fight with Canelo is the answer to both.
It's difficult for Crawford to get the Spence fight done. It's been difficult for him to get the Canelo fight done.
The road ahead for Crawford is filled with opportunities for Ennis. This could be the chance. He has been waiting for a chance to fight Crawford on the grand stage and showed that he belongs among the elite of the sport. Ennis had just delivered a stunning performance in the ring, cementing his place as one of boxing's most dangerous contenders. On that Saturday night, he improved his record to 31-0 with a breathtaking 10th round knockout of the tough and resilient Roman Villa.
Puncher also, and this guy does it all.
Now Villa concentrating on have that stairs for Villa. Right uppercut by Villa. Buck by Ennis.
The fight had been a true test of Ennis's skill and patience, as Villa had given him a serious challenge before Ennis found the perfect chance to close the show with a lethal left hook right uppercut combination. It was a finish that reminded everyone why Ennis was considered a future superstar in the sport. But as the adrenaline of victory began to fade, Ennis quickly shifted his focus to what lay ahead. Power punch for the fight. A beautiful right hand we talked about that Villa was trying to throw, and number 7 undefeated John. We have to wait for Errol Spence and Bud to fight. As said in the post-fight interview with Showtime, Jim Gray, the anticipation in his voice was evident as he spoke about the fight that everyone had been waiting for, a clash between two of the sport's most skilled fighters. Ennis made it clear that he had his sights set on the winner of that bout.
Contender, and I think Mr. Big Fish in here is so it's time to go fishing.
Well, there's Errol right there.
I want the winner of that fight. He announced his ambition, shining through Ennis. He was not interested in just any fight. He wanted the best, and he was ready to step up and prove himself against whoever appeared. Victorious feels like, if he doesn't fight like I said, if you don't fight, Crawford, I'm here, and like I say, it's time to go fishing. I heard him say he wants the real man. The Spence to Crawford fight held in Las Vegas had been one of the most awaited matchups in recent memory, and it delivered on all fronts. Crawford, with his remarkable ability to adapt and dismantle opponents, had emerged successful in a dominant performance. The fight was initially built as a 50-50 contest, with many experts struggling to pick a clear favorite, but Crawford's precision, power, and ring IQ had proved too much for Spence, leading to a conclusive win that left no question about who the king of the welterweight fights was. Despite Crawford's win, everyone was on to the chance of a rematch, especially given the reported rematch clause in the contract.
The end of the 7th. Crawford is just a special fighter. All right, hook upstairs, and Crawford has Spence hurt again. All right, hook that wobbles him.
This clause complicated things for Ennis, who is eager to challenge the newly crowned undisputed champion. Ennis knew that if Crawford and Spence were to engage in a rematch, his chance to face the winner might be delayed until this year or beyond, but Ennis was not one to sit idly by. He was determined to stay active and continue to build his resume.
A guy in Jaron Ennis right now who's killing everybody. Floyd is praising him, Roy Jones, everybody really. Like, would a part of you, and not looking past Terence, but would a part of you be like...
Acknowledging the possibility of a rematch, Ennis discussed his plans to stay busy while waiting for his shot at the undisputed title. He was ready to take on any top contender in the welterweight division.
You dreaming, man. You talking in your dreams,
No,
man.
my fight. We asked for that fight plenty of times, Plenty of times.
When?
Plenty of times.
I'll take on Stanonis and have said firmly, referring to the highly regarded Lithuanian fighter. Stanonis had been a rising star in his own right, and a matchup between him and Ennis would be a compelling clash of styles. Both athletes were hungry, and both had something to prove.
Unification fights out there for you. There's also Terence Crawford, who Eddie Hearn says he wants to make that fight if Crawford wins on August 3rd. What's your preference?
Most definitely, let's make it happen,
Ennis also suggested Virgil Ortiz, who had been forced to withdraw from a scheduled fight due to health issues. Ortiz had also been on Ennis's radar for some time, with Ortiz briefly out of Ennis's picture. Focus moved to other big names in the division. Stannis Keith Thurman, Jr., and Dennis Uzi's Bud Spence, all the top guys out there. Let's make these fights happen, and it's urged let him stay in the ring too long with boots, you know what I mean, and they talking about he punch, you got put good punching power. He walked. Keith Thurman, a former unified welterweight champion, was another name that intrigued Dennis. Thurman had been a dominant force in the division before injuries and inactivity slowed his progress. A fight between Thurman and Jaron Ennis would be a classic matchup of youth versus experience, and it would certainly draw major interest from boxing fans.
When he fought he's for Ebenezer too, but I think he was in the middle of doing something with Arrow at the time.
Dennis Yupes, who had once held a version of the welterweight title and famously defeated the legendary Manny Pacquiao, was another potential opponent for Jaron Ennis, was known for his toughness and ring savvy, and a fight between him and Andis would be a high-stakes affair with major implications for both fighters' careers.
Yeah. Is that like the discouraging thing about boxing? Because, you know, when you start boxing, right, I know you love being in the gym. Like, you live for this. Right? You're one of those guys I can tell love boxing. You really love boxing.
Yeah, I mean, having fun. Man.
Yeah.
If it ain't fun, don't do it. And it's hard to be somebody that's fun. It's hard to be somebody that's having fun and doing what they doing. And they hungry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different. That's why a lot of guys don't want to fight me. I'm hungry.
Despite the uncertainty surrounding the potential rematch between Crawford and Spence, Andis remained laser-focused on his goals. He was determined to fight one more time before the end of the year, aiming to make it 3 fights in 2023. For Ennis, staying active was crucial. He knew that every fight brought him closer to the ultimate goal of becoming the undisputed welterweight champion. Ennis' knockout of Villa was a reminder of his lethal power and finishing ability, but it was also a testament to his strategic acumen. Villa had pushed Ennis to dig deep and adapt, showcasing Jaron Ennis' ability to gather information and execute a perfect plan. It was this mix of physical ability and ring intelligence that made Ennis such a dangerous opponent for anyone in the welterweight division. Terence Crawford continued to etch his name in the annals of boxing history by becoming a 4-division winner on Saturday night in Los Angeles. His unanimous decision win over Israel Madaf added another layer to his already storied career, further solidifying his reputation as one of the sport's greats. Yet despite the victory, questions linger about what lay ahead for Crawford, particularly concerning a potential rematch with Errol Spence Jr. just a few weeks before his bout with Madrimov. Crawford was optimistic about the possibility of facing Spence again. When I spoke with him, he seemed open to the idea, saying that the chance is still there for a rematch with his rival. The first fight between the two had been greatly anticipated, a clash between two of the best welterweights of their generation. Crawford's dominant win in that encounter left fans eager for a second showdown, but as of late, things have taken a different music turn. In the early hours of Sunday morning following his victory over Crawford, he addressed the media when pressed about the possibility of a rematch with Spence. His response was simple and definitive, and this reply indicated a major shift in Crawford's outlook, leaving many to speculate about what had changed in such a short time. A reason could be the uncertainty surrounding Spence's next move. Initially, Spence was set to face Sebastian Fonder for the WBC and WBO titles at 154 pounds, a fight that would have marked his debut in a new weight class. However, that bout has since been postponed, casting doubt on Spence's immediate future. Crawford, ever the calculating strategist, may be unwilling to wait around for Spence to resolve these problems, especially considering his desire to remain active and continue building his reputation. Another aspect that could be influencing Crawford's choice is the speculation about Spencer's current condition as a fighter. Spence's career has been marred by a series of unfortunate events, including a major car accident that left him with significant injuries. Though Spence returned to the ring and continued to fight at a high level, there have been lingering concerns about how much he has left in the tank. His results, while still impressive, have not quite matched the peak form he showed before the accident. Crawford, a fighter who thrives on challenging himself against the best, might be questioning whether a rematch with Spence would offer the same level of competition it once promised. Moreover, Crawford's focus might be shifting towards an even bigger challenge, one that could cement his legacy in a way few other fights could. There are still rumors swirling about a possible showdown with Canelo Alvarez, the current 168-pound champion and one of boxing's biggest stars.
Canelo, Johnny Boy Boxing, Fight Hype. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him?
If the money is right, I mean...
$100 million? I heard Turkey offered you a big money.
Turkey, a prominent figure in the world of sports promotion, confirmed that he had made an offer to Canelo for a fight with Crawford. This matchup, if it materializes, would mark one of the most audacious moves in Crawford's career. Crawford began his professional journey at 135 pounds, steadily climbing the ranks and conquering each weight class he joined. He won world titles at 135, then unified the division at 140, becoming the undisputed king and moving up to 147. He repeated the feat, showing his dominance across 3 weight divisions. His win over Madrimov at 154 pounds marked his 4th weight class. Championship is a rare success in the sport. However, a leap to 168 pounds to face Canelo would be an entirely different challenge that could define his career. Canelo, the reigning king at super middleweight, is widely regarded as one of the most skilled and powerful fighters in the sport today. A matchup between Crawford and Canelo would put 2 of the era's most accomplished fighters against each other, but the odds would heavily favor Canelo. Not only would Crawford be giving up significant size and power, but he would also be entering a weight class that is entirely new to him. Canelo, on the other hand, has been fighting at 168 pounds for several years, collecting titles and dispatching challengers with relative ease. Despite the daunting nature of the job, Crawford has never shied away from challenges. His career is proof of his desire to face the best no matter the odds. The fight against Madrimov, while not as high profile as a potential bout with Canelo, offered a glimpse of how Crawford might fare against bigger opponents. Madrimov, a powerful and skilled fighter from Uzbekistan, presented Crawford with a unique set of challenges, while Crawford was never in real trouble during the fight. Madure's straight right hand found its target on several times, reminding everyone that even a fighter as skilled as Crawford can be tested by a larger, stronger opponent. Crawford's ability to adapt and overcome him of style was amazing, but it also raised questions about how he would handle the sheer physicality of someone like Canelo. The stylistic matchup between Crawford and Canelo would be fascinating, with Crawford's speed and technical brilliance going up against Canelo's power and ring IQ. Yet the side difference cannot be overlooked, and it is likely that Crawford would enter the ring as a considerable underdog before any potential fight with Canelo takes place. Crawford may opt for another bout at 154 pounds. This would give him more time to acclimate to carrying extra weight and sharpen his skills against bigger opponents. Such a fight would serve as a tune-up before the monumental job of facing Canelo, allowing Crawford to further refine his approach and plan. Jaron Ennis boots his Ennis riding high on the momentum of his 5th-round stoppage win over David. Ennis made a bold statement in the post-fight interview. Speaking to Dean, Ennis didn't mince words, calling out none other than Terence Crawford. "Let's make it happen. I want big HTs, Terence Crawford or anyone else at that weight. Let's get it," he asserted, signaling his desire to take on the top names in the welterweight division. It was a statement that reverberated throughout the boxing community, a challenge from a rising star who many think is the future of the sport. Ennis' call-out was meant to generate excitement, a soundbite that could propel him further into the spotlight. However, the reality of the situation suggests that a showdown with Crawford might be more of a pipe dream than a realistic chance. Terence Crawford, the undisputed welterweight king and one of the pound-for-pound kings, has his sights set on an even bigger prize. Rumors have been swirling about Crawford eyeing a mega fight with Canelo Alvarez, the reigning 168 champion and probably the biggest name in boxing. Such a matchup would not only provide Crawford with the chance to cement his legacy but also offer a massive payday that far exceeds what a fight with Ennis could bring. Given this context, it's unlikely that Crawford would risk his possible golden parachute payday by stepping into the ring with Ennis, a young, hungry, and dangerous opponent. Ennis, though immensely talented, doesn't yet carry the star power or financial allure that would entice Crawford away from a possible clash with Canelo promoter Eddie Hearn, who has been a vocal supporter of Ennis and was quick to praise his fighter after the Evanescence win that was at his boots. Ennis is 1 year out dismantling a world-class boxer with ease, and they're having fun doing what he does in the future for his boots. Ennis Hearn said he was drawing a picture of Ennis as the heir apparent in the welterweight division, but while Hearn's words were filled with optimism, the fight itself told a slightly different story. Hearn stays convinced that Ennis is the future of boxing boots. Ennis is the future of fighting. That's what this man is. He's very humble. You never hear him say too much. I'll say it, I think he beats everyone. I think this is a special fighter that needs to be tried against the best in the world. And that's our job now. Hearn declared, emphasizing the need for Ennis to face top-tier opponents going forward.
Yeah. Hey, Ennis. My guy. No. Crawford's dad. Listen. That's Crawford's dad.
Well, what's your take? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the station for more interesting updates. See you in the next one.